there, beautiful, and welcome to the Powerpuff Girl. So today we're going to compare two cleansing balms. One is Quench, one is Pilgrim, and I'll tell you which one is my favorite. And we'll go through the pros and the cons and the ingredient list of both of these. We'll do an emulsification test, all of that. So the Quench is priced at 629 rupees for 50 grams of product, and this, the Pilgrim, is priced at 445 rupees for 50 grams of product. Both of these are cruelty-free and both of these have fragrance. So getting into the packaging, both of these are in tubs, not my favorite whatsoever. I think both of them come with spatulas and I always lose them. Not exactly the most ideal packaging in my opinion, but yeah. So getting into the texture of the Quench balm. As you can see, this is the balm. I can already smell the perfume of this. Sort of like a baby cream. The texture of this is very soft and fluffy. It's a balm, but it's got like somewhat lightweight, fluffy texture to it. So I'll show you what this looks like and how it melts. I have a little bit of a swatch from before, so ignore that. I like how the texture holds really well in the tub, but then with just one or two rotations, it kind of really melts very easily. That makes this very travel friendly because there's no leaking or melting of the product. The texture of Pilgrim, however, I'm not the biggest fan of. This is a lot like butter. It's genuinely like butter. The consistency, it's a little bit like chunks of the cleansing balm. If it's warm and the climate is really warm, it starts to get a little melty in here. Like it's genuinely like butter that's been left out for a few minutes where there are like chunks of the butter and there's also like a little bit of oil around. So yeah, so I kind of have to break this, like if I want a little bit. So this is a little more oily, this is a little bit more waxy, but very similar regardless. So let's do an emulsification test for both of these and see how they emulsify. Turning into this milky formula does not mean that it's most effective or that it's doing a good job, but it is a little bit satisfying. Now Pilgrim. Okay, so both of them emulsify quite nicely. The Pilgrim is a little more satisfying because it gives more of like that milky texture going on. If you are somebody with oily, acne-prone skin, especially acne-prone skin, I strongly suggest that you stick to a micellar water when it comes to double cleansing, and I'll probably say this in every one of these videos. I really do like the Garnier micellar water. The problem is that we don't know how these oils will react to each one of you individually. Different oils bother different acne-prone skin people, and all cleansing balms and cleansing oils do have some form of oil or wax or shea butter, heavy occlusives that can bother very acne-prone skin. So the Garnier micellar water is one of my absolute favorites because it not only really gets rid of stubborn makeup, it also does not clog your pores or cause acne of any sort. So yeah, getting into the ingredients. So these are the ingredients that break down your makeup in the Quench product, and of which the ethyl hexyl palmitate and the cetyl ethyl hexanoate are the potentially comedogenic ingredients in this. The emulsifiers, which are basically the ingredients which mix the oil and the water together. When you get water on the cleansing balm, you need something that helps the oil and the water to stick, and that's an emulsifier, which causes that milky thing most of the time. So here we have sorbet 30th tetraoleate, which is a very strong emulsifier, and we have glyceryl caprylate. So these are the two ingredients which sort of cause that milky texture. When it comes to Pilgrim cleansing balm, we have isopropyl myristate, coconut oil, sunflower oil, shea butter, sea buckthorn oil. All of these break down your makeup or your sunscreen. But the comedogenic ingredients here are isopropyl myristate, coconut oil, shea butter, sunflower oil. Now the thing is, if the emulsifiers are proper, if the strength of these oils is properly formulated, then it doesn't matter if there's coconut oil also for many people. But I'll tell you what my experience has been with both of these. The emulsifiers over here are PEG20 glyceryl triisostearate and polysorbate 80. So these are the emulsifiers that Pilgrim has chosen. Now, one thing that I do like about the Quench is I really do enjoy a little bit of salicylic acid in cleansing balms. I think it's a fabulous idea, especially because cleansing balms do have the property to clog pores. So adding salicylic acid with it kind of helps not do that and also get rid of any existing gunk that you have in your skin. So for that, I do like the Quench a little more. Now let's do the performance test for both of these. So I'm just gonna like let this dry down for a few minutes. So I'm gonna try and take equal little bits of both.
Both of these take about the same time to break the makeup down. However, when they're washed off, the Pilgrim tends to leave a tiny bit more of a residue. If these two products get in your eyes, the Quench does sting a little bit more than the Pilgrim one, though it is not unbearable. The Pilgrim does not sting the eyes.
So finally getting into the verdict. So I've used both of these and honestly, Pilgrim broke me out. Okay, it gave me acne in just 2 uses and I don't know what went wrong with it. See, I don't know if it's the coconut oil because I do have other cleansing oils which also have coconut oil in them and they didn't break me out. This one did break me out, and the scar that it left really took a long time to go through because it was a big breakout. So personally for me, Pilgrim didn't do it, and that is the reason I won't be choosing this one in this comparison video. But just because it did that to me doesn't mean it will do that to you, and it really depends on your individual skin. That was just my experience with this one. Quench, however, I've used so many times and I've never really faced any sort of problem with this. So I really do like the Quench Cleansing Balm compared to this one. This one is the winner for me. So if you've used any of these, let me and the others know what your experience has been with both of these in the comments below. So if you like this video, hit that like, share and subscribe button. You can also follow me on Instagram and until we meet next time, lots of love. Stay healthy, stay hydrated.